Your eyeshadow is creasy and patchy because you're not baking it. This is going to look so good. This is an old Hollywood hack used by the Westmore brothers, who dominated Hollywood makeup from the 1940s to the late 1970s. Every Hollywood star, Ern Westmore, Wally Westmore, Frank Westmore. This is how they made the eyelids look airbrushed before filters. I'm going to take it off and show you. Let's do a quick cleanse. Little foundation to cover up that stain. I know there's powder on the lashes. We'll fix it later. So we've got a little bit of foundation on the lids and we're going to do a normal eye makeup. It was very common to use fingers at this time, even in a pro situation. This is the Norvina Pro Pigment Palette. We're going to apply the eyes a little bit stronger than we want them to turn out. Sneak a little brush in if you need it. She's looking patchy. That's okay. I want you to grab a generous amount of loose setting powder. This is One Size Beauty in Ultra Pink. I want you to pack this on. I don't mean a little tiny bit. You can use a sponge or powder puff if you want, but this needs to be coated. I've let that sit for a couple of minutes. I'm going to dust off the excess and show you. Redarken the lashes real quick. Mascara. Look at the difference in the blend. She is patchy. And you see every little wrinkle on the eyelid. She's blended, graduated. Look at the difference in texture here versus here. I have crinkly eyelids, so it's never going to look perfect. But dare I say, this eyelid also looks younger. And just quietly, if you have oily eyelids, this will never crease. If you are applying shimmer, this goes over the powder. Look how magical that looks. Same thing on the other side for fairness. The shimmer even reads better on this side. That is magical. Which side do you like? That's with baking, that's without baking. What do you think?
Ready with me to walk the red carpet for Chicago the Musical. New hydrating mask today. I'm going to start with eyes first. As an artist, I am normally a base first kind of girl. I find it easier to judge the balance of the makeup when I already have the face, the brows, the skin, the lips. I almost add the eyes as a finishing touch. It also means if I'm in a hurry, at least the base and the framing already look good. Red carpet photos don't show detail. It's more about what it looks like at a distance. You know the drill? Check your shadow with the eyes open at a distance. This is especially important if you have any kind of hood. You're doing your eyes like that, but we're going to see them like that. That'll do for now. Let's get started on skin. My fave ombre Elise, she never lets me down. Time for my favorite step. One of the most common questions that I get asked about underpainting is why are you doing all this work when you're only going to go in and cover it all up with foundation? Like, aren't I just doing twice the work? Underpainting is an interesting technique. It looks surprisingly natural in person, but the camera still picks it up. It's also weirdly flattering for texture and wrinkles. One of the most common concerns that I hear from mature clients is that most makeup makes them look older than if they weren't wearing it. I use this technique specifically because it does the opposite. Even with no filter, even in person, I'm going to let the base air dry while I do some brows. If you have textured skin and you want to take one thing away from my channel about reducing texture, it would be air drying your base. It stops the powder clinging and caking, and it also reduces oxidation. So your powder won't, turn your makeup orange. You know how sometimes your powder turns your makeup orange? It's because the pigments in the powders are mixing with the wet bit of the foundation, staining them darker. Like wet cocoa is a different color to dry cocoa. Little bake on the inner lid. The loose powder blurs the texture and stops everything from moving. Mascara. We need some gems. Just something subtle. Let's add some blush. A mix of pink and orange is really doing it for me right now. So quick fit check. Okay, this gold top, I love it. I mean, yes. This is with beauty mode and zero filter. Red carpet ready.